This video has strong content and is intended for mature audience only. No children should be watching this. Also, spoiler alert, some movies will be spoiled. Thank you.
Audio Jungle.
Number 10. Evil Dead. This film was made in 1981, stars Bruce Campbell. In this film, you meet a few young people who are in a cabin in the woods in Tennessee. They come across a book that has evil demonic text in it. Basically calls spells on the person that comes across it. Or people in this case, because it's a group. Now this film has some cheesy gore in it, but nothing over the top. You should be able to stomach it. I believe when it first came out it was banned, but watching it, I don't see why it was banned, but I definitely must see. It's a classic horror. Number 9. Dashcam. This film came out in 2021. Stars Annie Hardy and Amar Chadha Patel. Hope I got that right. Don't get me for butchering that. But at the start of the pandemic, an indulgent and self-deluded live streaming improv musician abandons LA for London. All I could say is it isn't a gory horror film, but it's definitely a thriller and it has some jumps and scares, so you have to see it. Number 8. Faces of Death. Now this film, I couldn't really post the clips of it, so I just found a random video, I guess if you will. This film came out in 1978, and if you're not into watching death or anything that has death in it, I wouldn't check this film out because I believe this film was banned when it first came out too. But it actually shows like natural deaths or real deaths, like animals killing animals, something along that lines. But if you can handle it. Number 7. Necromantic. Now this film is a horror exploitation film. Came out in 1988. I believe it was some problems when this film came out. This film is about a street sweeper who cleans up after grisly accidents. He brings home a corpse for him and his woman to sexually enjoy. The sickest part in this film that I'm always going to remember is him basically climaxing in full detail of him stabbing himself. Very disturbing. If you can handle stuff like that, check this film out. Number 6. The Ruins, starring Jonathan Tucker and Jenna Malone. This basically takes place in Mexico, and a group of friends are looking to have fun during a sunny holiday. But they get more than what they wanted visiting an archaeological dig in the jungle. In this jungle, they find these rings that sounds like a cell phone. And then as they get closer to these sounds, they find out it was something more sinister that was playing with their mind. So this one is a real psychological thriller horror. Not that much gore, but still a little bit to quench your horror thirst. Definitely check this out, The Ruins. Number 5, Terrifier. Came out in 2016. This one is gory. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You can find this on Tubi if you want to watch it. There's not really a huge big storyline with this. It basically stars a crazy clown who stalks and tries to kill three women, basically, in an apartment building on Halloween night. So, if you can handle gore, and I mean a lot of gore, I mean skin coming off and all, pretty sure you'll like that. And this is basically for the real horror buffs that like the gore and all that type of shit. This is A1 right here. So, Terrifier, I believe part 2 is coming soon. So check it out. Number 4, I Spit on Your Grave. Came out in 2010. Now, this isn't your traditional monsters and gore like that. To me, this is just horrifying because it really can happen and it probably happens more often than you think. It stars Sarah Butler, who plays Jennifer. So, a writer who rents an isolated cabin in the country is trying to work on her latest novel in peace and quiet. She ends up being RAPE by a group of locals, that including a police officer. Now, the gore in this is pretty much somebody getting shotgunned to death through the asshole. Must see. It's a classic woman's revenge. Number 3, The Woman, released in 2011. This is another woman triumph movie victory, but very brutal towards the end. All the good shit doesn't happen to the end. So, in this film, the father, the lawyer, as you see there, he is the guy that captures the last existing tribal member of some tribe, right? So when he gets this woman, she's very like animalistic. So he captures her and tries to civilize her, but really he just wanted to do things to her, you know, a lot of sexual things to her, but it's a lot of nook and crannies to this film. It's a lot of things that you probably wouldn't realize, but at the end, you'll see a lot of those things. A lot of the surprises come out towards the end. A lot of gore. Check it out. Number 2, Jeepers Creepers. This was released in 2001, starring Gina Phillips and Justin Long. That's right, that's the old school Jeepers Creepers song right there. Them peepers. Now, this film came out when I was a little younger, but excellent horror. After making a horrific discovery in the basement of an old abandoned church, bodies were found in that church, as well as a monster that they encountered by that church. Check it out. Number 1. What is it? Serbian film, released in 2010. This film, by far, one of the most gruesome, horrific, horrifying, terrifying, disgusting shit I've seen yet. I see why this film got banned. This film, this is not for the weak of heart. Please understand. I'm not making light of this film. This film has a lot of heinous shit in it. So please be mature when you partake in this. It's not traditional scare monsters, any of that. It's just scary and horrifying in the fact of the things that are happening in this film. So you have an aging porn star on the screen who partakes in certain films. He gets tricked into a contract, if you will, and he's now drafted into making these pedo type films, necrophilia type films, type snuff films, basically. And that's not really the half of it. I don't want to spoil it too much for those that might want to watch this. I'm just saying, if you really want to watch that, um, I I believe you're courageous if you take on watching this film. I wanted to watch it because I heard a lot of people talk about it, and they said they seen things in this film that they never seen in films. But they also have scenes where a woman's head gets sliced off while they're in the act of having sex, basically, making a porn film. He is drugged up on something and just whacks her heads off. Her head just comes smooth off while they were doing the do, right? The ending is probably going to make you throw up. I'm not going to say the ending, but the ending, that pretty much scarred me. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I don't think a lot of people would expect that. I mean, but maybe you would, seeing that's how crazy this film is. But that's it, y'all. That's number one. Check it out if you can. Y'all be safe.